got your model. Added the animation there. The animation is empty currently because I just deleted it. But press record, go down to whatever you want to toggle on, click it, toggle it on, and it's like there. And you can just turn this off. You click on the key. I don't remember exactly why you had to do this, but I think it's better to copy the first keyframe and then paste it onto like the first second or something like that. I forget exactly why it's important to do that, but I do it anyway just in case.
Hmm.
It's probably not necessary. I don't think it's required, but I just do it for me. But after you're done doing that, you made the animation is there. You click on your Canis model, you go down to the VRChat avatar descriptor, you go to your parameters first. The Canis has a bunch of parameters, so what I did was I replaced the collar since I don't use the collar. Um, where did it go? I gotta find it now. Okay, so I replaced the collar. Um, Basically what I did was I put bow tie here. You remember whatever you put inside of the perimeter, gotta spell it exactly like that. Yes, it's a boolean because I'm using it as a boolean. You can use it any other way. But afterwards, after you do that, you go into your FX under the VRChat avatar descriptor. Double click it. You go to your parameters first. Here you would make a new one, but since I'm replacing one that already exists, it's right here. You make sure you name it the same thing, exactly the same, otherwise it just won't work. Uh, Oops, don't mean to click that. But afterwards, you go to your layers. You go down to your toggle layer, or you create one. Um, One thing I will say though is if you create a new layer, if you create a new one, you go to this little gear right here and make sure the weight is set to 1, otherwise it will not pop up in VRChat.
Hmm.
I made a mistake before and it just did not pop up, and I was like, why won't it pop up? And then I realized, oh yeah, the layer is just because basically it's just saying, hey, this is it's kind of imagine it like an opacity in a way.
Yeah.
It's like if there's no opacity, you can't see it. But yeah, so make sure it's like that. The name of the layer doesn't really matter. Um, but the way they did this one is actually kind of smart because what happens is you start your entry off, and then you make your first, what did you call it? Your first state, an empty state,
Mhm.
and have no motion inside of it, and name it whatever you want. Really, doesn't really matter. But then you have your off, which is where you drag your animation in. Actually, I can delete this and drag my animation in if I wanted to. Uh, I don't. But here you just drag your animation into where you want to do. Actually, it would be a good idea because then I can show you exactly how to do transitions. Make sure I do this real quick. All right, so I'm gonna delete this. Okay, so you start off with this empty animation, this like empty state, and you're dragging your toggle. It's there. Now, what you do is you right click on the first one, make a transition, drag it over to this one, and also right click on this one and drag it back. So now you have two transitions. Now you click on the transition, and what will happen is you'll see this little thing right here, where it's just like, oh, the conditions list empty. Oh my god, I can't even see half this. But press the plus. Oh, oops. Oh my god, love this. Did I just go black?
You're good.
Okay, how do I get rid of this? It won't
Select it
let me.
on the left side, the two rows, the two lines on the left side, and
Yeah.
then now you could hit minus.
Oh, okay. Alrighty, that works. All right. So what you're doing is now you click on the conditions. You go down to find your parameter, which is bow tie for me. And since this is turning it on, you set the condition to true, since it's a boolean. And then you do the
Nice.
exact opposite for the other side.
Okay, I get that. So the
So that's
same
how you,
button would just be on and off essentially,
yeah.
or toggle.
So that button
Cool.
just toggles it on or off. Now after you're done doing that part of it, this is where you go into your VRChat avatar descriptor one more time. You go to your menu. Since I'm going to a specific part in this menu, I'm going to go to my outfits, go to the sub menu, and I'm gonna find. So usually you'd create you'd add a control,
Hmm.
but it's basically going to look like this, but it's going to be empty when you add a control. I named mine bow tie toggle. It doesn't really matter the name, but it's a toggle, so that means true or false, one or zero.
Hmm.
And my parameter is going to be the parameter that I created.
Hold on, how did my screen go black? Whoa! Okay, you're good. You can
Alrighty,
continue.
so I guess we'll continue from like the bow tie toggle as you did. You had the control, and you name it whatever you want. Also for the wheel, as long as you have like a texture 2D, you can basically color it, like have the icon be whatever you want.
Hmm.
So if you
Okay.
wanted it to be P,
Oh
you
my
just make a
god.
texture 2D. You can
Okay.
put it in the wheel. Okay, but like then you make sure you have it on type toggle because like that's for toggle. I mean, you can mess with any of these other ones, but like yeah, it's toggle. Your parameter, you set it to the specific parameter that you made earlier, which is bow tie for me, and yeah, then I like put that right there with I think it's the name of the actual yeah, but I put bow tie here as well, and yeah, it doesn't really. All it's just doing is just like okay, true or false. That's all.
Okay.
Wait, okay. So when turned on, the parameter is set to value. When turned off, the parameter is reset to zero. Oh, okay. So it should be set to no, it should be set to one. Wait, never mind. I'm a dumbass. Okay. Actually it does make sense in my head because toggle meaning it's a boolean, so it's either true or false. So it's set to what it currently is. It's like
Okay.
set to the opposite of what it is. So the yeah, that's basically how you get it to work. That's all
And
you need to do
then
really.
that's it, right? You just upload the
Yeah.
avatar and it should work
Yeah, it should work.
in theory.
Hey, I can go test it real quick at this